The Zethian Empire had conquered 43 star systems in a century. They were beings of pure conquest, massive, armored, and utterly remorseless. When they demanded that humanity submit to their rule or face annihilation, the United Earth government had only one option: the trial of champions. It was a custom among the Zethians: a single warrior from each civilization would fight to the death. The victor's species would be spared, the defeated would be enslaved. The Earth Council had selected Captain Kira Okonkwo, humanity's greatest soldier. But the odds analysts gave her a 1% chance of survival. Kira knew those statistics. She had read the combat reports. The Zethians were faster, stronger, and had fought in thousands of battles. She was one woman against an empire that had never lost. Yet as she walked into the crystalline arena beneath the eyes of billions watching across the galaxy, she felt something the statisticians had failed to calculate: the weight of her entire species' hope. Her opponent was General Vexthar, commander of the Zethian Armada, a veteran of 500 campaigns. He was nearly 3 meters tall, his exoskeleton gleaming with battle scars that told stories of triumph. When he saw Kira, he actually laughed, a sound like grinding metal. "Is this the best your species offers?" Vexthar said, his translator converting his alien growl into human speech. "I have crushed entire battalions larger than your Earth." Kira said nothing. She had learned long ago that words were wasted on those who had already decided your worth. Instead, she began to move. The fight was brutal and swift. Vexthar's first strike could have severed her arm, but Kira had already moved, not with the strength to match him, but with something else. Unpredictability. She fought like water, flowing around his attacks rather than meeting them head-on. She used his size against him, his certainty that his strength alone would prevail. But it was her mind that became her weapon. As they fought, Kira began to understand Vexthar's patterns. Every great warrior had them: tells, rhythms, moments of commitment that couldn't be abandoned. Most enemies never lived long enough to exploit them. But Kira didn't just see them, she adapted to them, shifted her strategy with each exchange. The general grew frustrated. He was used to overwhelming opponents with force, not dancing with them. He was used to enemies who broke quickly, not ones who seemed to anticipate his movements. "What is this?" Vexthar roared. "Fight like a warrior." "I am fighting," Kira replied, breathing heavily. "Just not like you." The turning point came when Vexthar, desperate and enraged, overcommit to a massive overhead strike. Kira rolled beneath it, came up behind him, and drove her blade through a gap in his armor she had been waiting 3 minutes to create. Not a killing blow, something far more strategic. Vexthar fell to one knee, stunned that his own blood now stained the arena floor. Kira could have finished him. The crowd was screaming for it. The Zethian honor guard tensed, ready to accept defeat. But Kira did something no one expected. She lowered her weapon. "I could kill you," she said to the fallen general. "But I won't. Because I'm not fighting for dominance. I'm fighting for survival. And I just proved that humans survive through adaptation, not annihilation." Vexthar looked up at her, his massive form trembling with something that might have been rage or something else entirely. Slowly, he removed his helmet, an act of profound vulnerability among Zethians, and placed it at her feet. "You have bested me," he said, his voice somehow smaller without the armor of certainty. "And in doing so, you have taught me something my empire has forgotten, that strength is not always measured in force." The arena fell silent. Then, slowly, the Zethian delegation began to bow. Kira picked up Vexthar's helmet and held it aloft. She had walked into the trial with a 1% chance of survival. She walked out having not only defeated the greatest warrior in the galaxy, but changed an empire's understanding of what power truly meant. Earth was not conquered that day. It was respected. Kindly like and subscribe channel. Thank you.